Days turn into hours. Hours wane into minutes. Minutes wind down to seconds. A year unfolds in unseen motion. Muscle, memory, and repetition. In the silence of an empty stage. Here, it's more than just a game. It's commitment, it's sacrifice, setbacks that build something stronger. It's the quiet resilience that no scoreboard sees. Reps, sprints, recover, repeat. Wins that feel small until you remember the work behind them. Minutes fought for, injuries carried, comebacks built slowly, quietly. Don't count the seconds, make the seconds count. It isn't just a game here, it's determination, legacy. This is Cardiff Met.
Hello, welcome to our final Up the Archer show of the year. It's fantastic to be here. My name's Tom Flint. I'm joined by Abby Peters. We're going to be looking ahead to the SU Sports Awards later on in the Mercury Hotel in Cardiff later on this evening. But first, we have a fantastic show coming up for you. Abby, could you tell us a bit more about it?
Of course. Super duper exciting show for you today. We are going to be heading over to Dav Griffiths, our roving reporter, soon. He is out and about in Cardiff. We're not too sure where, but we have heard that he has got some super exciting news for us. We're also going to talk all things Commonwealth Games ahead of that in 78 days in Glasgow. We've got many athletes and alumni from Cardiff Met hoping to get there in July. We're also going to be heading over to the Mercury Hotel live with Eddie Place ahead of those sports awards tonight, as well as the year's roundup. Now, before we delve into any of that, super exciting, amazing season for our cheer and dance teams, especially our hip hop team, who have gone undefeated this season, as well as earning a bid to Worlds in Florida next year. We were fortunate enough to catch up with their coach, Mally Curran, who told us, shall I say, all about their season.
So I'm Mally Curran. My sport is dance here at uni and my course is business management. Well, it was my first season coaching at CMU, so I didn't have very high expectations, to be honest. I've coached kids before, but not a uni team, so it was a really different experience for me. So yeah, the expectations weren't that high. I just wanted to have fun and make sure the girls enjoyed and had fun, but yeah, obviously we did really well, so it was definitely met my expectations and was higher. There was a lot of pressure, and I think because I'm coaching this year, obviously Alice coached last year, she did such a good job, and kind of filling her shoes was a lot of pressure. I found it really difficult this year because I find myself prioritising dance a lot over uni, which I know isn't good, but yeah, dance is like, that's my life, my passion, so I find myself prioritising it a lot. But it's difficult to juggle, especially with like due dates and assignments and stuff, and I found a lot of assignments go in around comp time, which is really difficult because then all my weekends are dedicated to comp and extra training, for example. So it's not easy at all, but yeah, it's just having that good work-life balance and doing both and making sure you can get through it all. I'd say I've learned that I'm a bit more capable than I thought I was, I think. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but I don't have much faith in myself, but I think after this season, obviously with the help of Shaquila and the help of the girls, we obviously did really well and achieved so much. So I think maybe just to stop putting so much pressure on myself, and I am actually capable of doing things if I really put my mind to it with the work and with the planning. So just to not be so hard on myself, I think. I'm too worried all the time, basically. I try and make sure we all come in to training with high spirits because I find we get more done, and it's really nice in training because most of our dancers, if not all, already have dance backgrounds. So I was really lucky in the sense of the team really like bounces off each other, if you know what I mean. So like if we need help with something, I'll be like, girls, any suggestions? And they will always help. So yeah, a training session is definitely chaos, but really innovative and creative and fun as well. So we had a lot of like I said, like ups and downs, and like people dropping, people coming in, filling in spaces. So definitely just adapting that last minute. Like sometimes within a week we had to kind of change all the spacing for something. So that was a big challenge, but we got there in the end. So yeah, it was good. Successful season, definitely. We were so lucky this season. It was full of fun and full of an amazing team, and yeah, hip-hop definitely cleaned up this year, so I'm really pleased. We had a clean sweep of wins, basically, in all of our competitions, and then ended the season with a world's bid, which was really, really good for us. So yeah, golds all round. For me, the biggest thing is the team, and I know that sounds really cliche, but it's not really winning for me. Obviously winning's a big pro and it's good fun, but for me it's making sure that the girls have the best experience out of this that they can get, and that's what drives me to do better and drives me to have a good routine and make sure they are enjoying themselves and they're comfortable and they're happy. So that's the biggest thing for me, yeah. It sounds really cliche, but like, soak it all up and take in the good moments, because I found myself so worried and stressed constantly about all of it that like I struggle to enjoy it sometimes. But like I'm like that with everything. So I think, yeah, just definitely soak it all up and soak up the uni experience, because it's over like that. It's over so fast. So yeah, I think if you can really kind of make the most of your experience, then you're winning. Yeah.
So massive congratulations from all of us here to the Met Cheer and Dance Club. There's also been plenty to cheer about all over Cardiff for sport this year. So for more on that, we're able to go to our roving correspondent, Daff Griffiths, who's in Cardiff.
We are live outside of the Vindico Arena, home of the Cardiff Devils ice hockey. But before we get into the absolute stellar season they've had, there is a lot more silverware that is coming back to the capital here in Wales. Cardiff City men's absolute stellar season of their own in League One, making their way back up to the Championship after getting relegated last season. The first time ever in English Football League history you'll see 3 Welsh teams fighting it off in the same league. But there's also a lot more to be said, especially here in this Vindico Arena. I'm here joined with Dan Radder, commentator and presenter of the Cardiff Devils. But I did hear you are a bit of a Cardiff City fan yourself, aren't you?
I am, yeah, and thank you very much for bringing up the relegation. I really appreciate that. I thought I just about got over the pain of last summer, and we'd enjoyed a good year. But yeah, glad to be back in the Championship next year.
And like we just said there, no, obviously Swansea, Wrexham, Cardiff, all being in the same league next season now. It's going to be a pretty tasty one in the Championship.
It really is, yeah. I think it promises to be great, and I think from what we've seen from the fixtures between each of the 3 teams this year, you know, obviously Swans and Wrexham playing against each other in the Championship, and then the cup game between Cardiff and Wrexham as well, that it promises to be really good. I mean, personally, I'm hoping that we recruit well and we're able to be competitive with both of them, because, you know, especially Wrexham had a great season.
Yeah. Absolutely, and obviously the thing we want to talk to you about the most, Cardiff Devils, you've been in the best seats in the house here in this arena, presenting, commentating as well on these games. It must have been a great season for you just to watch.
Yeah, really, really enjoyable. It was a funny season because we came into it last summer with a new head coach, and you never really know how things are going to look when you do change management. And of course, with him, he brings his own players and his own style and stuff. So it was a change, but it was really good to watch all year. They did miss out on the league, which was a shame, but at the end of the season, they went and won the playoffs, and that was a really nice way to kind of cap off an enjoyable season.
And you did go up to Nottingham yourself for the playoffs as well. Just talk us through them winning feelings just in that final day. Just an unbelievable experience. It
was incredible, yeah. I mean, the atmosphere in the arena in Nottingham was great, and there was a feeling amongst the fan base probably from about a month before that playoffs that they could go and win it, and for them to go and then do that and beat Sheffield so easily in the final as well. They were by far and away the better team. It was fantastic, and I was down on the ice. I was lucky enough to be on the ice with the players after the buzzer went, and it was just like I said earlier, it was an enjoyable year, and it would have felt like they'd not done themselves justice if they didn't go and win a trophy. So for them to go and do that, I think the club are really happy, and they're definitely excited for what comes next after this summer.
And just as you were saying there, just the summer's coming up now, the pre-season's going to be underway. New signings as well, just announced today, obviously, as well.
Yeah, so the Devils today have announced that Jimmy Alini's back, a defenseman. He came in last summer and played alongside another guy called Brandon Estes, and those 2 guys are probably the best 2. And he was phenomenal player, a really experienced guy, has played in some great leagues across North America and Europe. So for the Devils to have him back and him signed for 2 seasons now is really, really big. So as sort of starts go to the recruitment process of the summer, the Devils will be very happy with that one.
and just the league itself, winning that title, just having that cup to take home here into the capital, it's going to be making wonders, obviously, for Welsh hockey in general, Welsh ice hockey.
Absolutely, yeah, and the Devils themselves have done a great job of kind of embedding themselves in the community over the past couple of years, and what that's led to is the fact that they sold this place out every single game, including pre-season last year. So they've almost outgrown this place already, and they've been here less than a decade. So it's been great to see, and they do such a good job in the community as well. There's always players going on school visits and going into the community. They run the Air the Bear project over Christmas as well, where they go to Noah's Ark Foundation in Heath Hospital. So in terms of getting involved in the Welsh community and kind of tying all that in, it's been great to see once again this year.
Amazing stuff. Dan, thank you so much for joining us. But as well as the Devils, Cardiff City men's is also a lot of silverware coming to the Cardiff City women's also after winning the Welsh Cup a few weeks ago in Rodney Parade, and as well as Cardiff Met women's coming back into the Adran Prem to meet Cardiff City as well. A lot of stuff happening here in Cardiff, in the capital, and I'm sure it's going to be a very, very big season when it comes back in September.
Thank you, Dav. As he was saying, some amazing success across the whole of the city. One of those being here at Kincoy campus and our women's football team, who have been newly promoted back into the Adran Premier. We are joined by our Met Sport correspondent, Elliot Phipps. Elliot, talk us through the girls' season. How have they been?
Oh, it's been an incredible season, winning the Adran South and getting promoted to the Adran Premier in incredible fashion. I mean, there was a lot of pressure on them to bounce straight back up because Cardiff Met, massive team in the Adran Premier, once regarded as one of the top three sides. Cardiff Met, Cardiff City and Swansea City. At the start of this decade, they were playing European football, plenty of international stars playing for them. And obviously relegation 18 months ago was an absolute disaster and a massive shock for them. But Park Avenue, they got promoted on Saturday, which interestingly enough, Park Avenue was the ground that they got relegated on 18 months ago. So bittersweet there for them. And as you can see now on your screen, Faith Malenga's 89th minute equaliser for the Archers took the game to penalties, where Violet Bell, the goalkeeper, was able to make 2 saves. Absolute brick wall. And huge credit to Johnny Nash and the women, because there was pressure, plenty of pressure on them to bounce straight back up, and of course they did just that.
Tom, you were obviously there on the day. What was the atmosphere like?
It was amazing. I mean, the trip to Aberystwyth was obviously very long, but well worth it. I mean, there was a huge amount of people there as well to watch, which was fantastic. The game itself too was incredibly tense. We're just seeing the winning penalty there from Liv Barnes. As you mentioned, Faith Malenga scored an 89th minute equaliser after Met were trailing for the majority of the game against Connors Quay Nomads, who won the Adran North title as well. So the playoff was to be back in the Adran Premier, as you mentioned, and then the winning penalty was scored by Liv Barnes, the captain, after Esme Kilburn-Thompson had missed her penalty as well. But fortunately enough, Kanisha Nanette, Faith Malenga and Anna Horton all stepped up to drain their penalties. But for yourself, Elliot, as well, who have been the standout players, do you think, this season?
Well, you mentioned her there, Esme Kilburn-Thompson. Unfortunate for her to miss the first penalty in that game, because she'd been fantastic all season. 18 goals in 16 appearances in all competitions, top scorer in the division. She's been absolutely fantastic, and now at 22 years old, Cardiff Met will be very, very keen to keep hold of her going into the Adran Premier season next season.
Yeah, I've got no doubt. What do the rest of the league think about the fact that Met have been promoted?
Now then, I think they'll be excited, especially over at Cardiff City, because they've once again got that inner city rivalry. Again, Cardiff Met, plenty of history, having played European football, like I mentioned. And I spoke to Hannah Power, funnily enough, the Cardiff City captain, last week. And this is what she had to say about Cardiff Met returning to the Adran Premier.
Yeah, it's great, and it's obviously a rivalry for us as they're so close to us, but it's really great to see them back in the league. They were such a strong, prolific team for us when they were in the league previous season, so I'm really happy that they're back and wish them all the success.
Now, as one team ends their season, another team are just beginning. Our men's and women's cricket teams have just started their season. They're 2 games in these last 2 weeks, and our cricket correspondent Shujana was able to catch up with them ahead of their season.
I'm here at the Llandaff Cathedral School where Cardiff Met men's cricket team are preparing to defend their Bucks title, and let's see how things are shaping up.
I would probably imagine that other teams want to beat us, which is fine. Ultimately, we're okay with that. We're okay with having teams wanting to compete against us. We know that every Bucks season is an incredibly difficult season. We're by no means any favourites to win Bucks. The teams all across the country within the Southern Premier, both from the Northern Premier. So no, I think that we've set the mindset of it would be brilliant if we could do it again, but we absolutely understand that it's not just about 1 year, it's about legacy.
I think we know we're good enough to go out and do it again, but what other people say, what other people thinking doesn't really matter. I guess when we're playing teams, it probably lifts them a bit more, thinking, oh, we can go beat the champions, but I think that just fuels us as well. So sometimes the less is always better, because you can hear a lot and can have almost say too much for a game. I think lads know where we are, where they are, and just go out and do what they do best. So.
Bucks is a different way of playing the cricket on those Wednesday games with pink ball, especially 50 over games. It's a little bit different to kind of club cricket, and just learning how to go about it, especially when we're playing on a lot of Welsh wickets as well. They play a little bit differently, so adapting to that is always key. There definitely is pressure, and it's a bit exciting, to be honest, because no one's ever gone back-to-back and won back-to-back Bucks championships, so we're definitely looking to do that. And we've got a really strong squad, really strong team.
We're joined now by Srijana Deshmukh, who did that interview as well. We've just seen the celebrations from last year, so obviously a fantastic occasion for them. Can you give us a better understanding of how the season's going for the men's team so far this year?
Yeah, well, the men's side looked definitely confident, but the big question is 12 months back they could lift the trophy, but can they do it now? The energies are high in the dressing room and the boys are playing really well. They have played 2 games, as you mentioned. They won both the games with great margins. So talking about the women's side as well, the first match they lost against Exeter, but they managed to bounce back against Bristol. And also a fun fact, that both teams could manage to score their highest ever Cardiff Met totals. So men scored like 412 runs last week against Solent, and women's scored like 316 runs against Bristol as well. So I think both teams are in great form, and yeah, we had Emmanuel Bawa who scored a century as well. So I think we're doing a great job. Yeah. So do you want?
Yeah, fantastic. And also there's the 100 as well coming up. Could you give us a better understanding of what that is?
Well, 100 is like a fast-paced cricket tournament. It's just 100 balls as it goes. So it's like 5 balls, it's called a set, and we have Cardiff Met players as well. So I am aware, we all know about Asa Tribe. He's doing great, and he is a part of Welsh Fire. And we have the season kicking off, the 100 tournament is kicking off on 21st July. And we have the first Welsh Fire home game at Sophia Gardens on 25th of July. So if Cardiff Met students or all students across Cardiff want to go and see some great summer buzz, then that's definitely, you should get your tickets booked. And yeah.
Yeah, amazing. You've also been involved in the Glamorgan setup as well, right? So what can you tell us about that?
Yeah, well, Glamorgan, first of all, Glamorgan is the only Welsh county. So Glamorgan are playing Division 1 this year. The men's and the women's are playing Tier 2. So Glamorgan is like a bit different from the 100 format. Like 100 is quick, T20, but the county championship is like a 4-day cricket format. It's a traditional, classic traditional format. And yeah, Glamorgan have played 4 games. They have lost 1, managed to win 1, and 2 games have ended on a draw. So after 4 games, they sit mid-table. So not an easy walk again for Glamorgan to reach at the top. But on the brighter side, we have the women's team who have managed to win all 3 matches in the one-day tournament. So I think the cricket season has just started, and we have Glamorgan, Welsh County doing great. Of course, Welsh Fire, we're hoping last season we didn't have the best because there are 8 teams in the 100, and we were last. Welsh Fire were last in men's and women's both. But this year we have some great players. We have Phil Salt, who will be leading the squad, and Joe Root, Rachin Ravindra, and Cardiff Met player Asa Tribe playing amongst such stars itself is an achievement altogether. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. So there's, as you say, a huge amount of talent on show.
Definitely.
And lots of cricket going on over the summer at Sophia Gardens. So if anyone is interested in coming down and watching Welsh Fire and Glamorgan, would certainly encourage them to.
Yes. Also, I'm just going to put one last thing. So I've got live score. So Cardiff Met women's team are playing home game against Birmingham, and 2 of our players have already managed to score half centuries. It's Katie and Ellie. So good season against for Cardiff Met women. So yeah. Brilliant.
Well, fingers crossed for them in that match as well. And for now, we're going from the reigning men's champions, the Bucks team, cricket, and over to the new Bucks champions, who are the futsal side. So we're able to catch up with a couple of the key members of the men's football team here at Bucks.
Well, I say clap and clap.
Clap.
All good. My name is Dylan Duo. I play as a winger / defender for Cardiff Met Futsal, and I'm doing sports management. I started playing football at 5, and then, futsal is also like a core part of football. So I picked it up when I was 15. We created a team and we just competed the league. We won that 2nd division in Jib, and then we went up to Premier, and then we stopped there after 2 years. And then I came over to Cardiff for uni.
My name's Zachary Richards. I'm the first team coach for Cardiff Met Futsal, and I study sports performance analysis. We have a lot of comments about how we play. I feel we just play to our strengths. Obviously, we've got a lot of big lads in the team, so we try and utilise that the best we can. Yeah, so I feel it's probably not the most original way to play. A lot of it is kind of on the ground, kind of you play out from the back, but we tend to go probably a bit longer than other teams would. You know, a lot of teams say like they know how we're going to play and we're the same route, but we keep winning. So yeah, for us, we play to our strengths, it works. So yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, as I always say.
I'd never experienced varsity, obviously, because it was my first year, but I'd been told by like some of the teammates that like it was an incredible feeling last year. We went down and the crowd was all against us. It was incredible to score. I scored the hat-trick in that game, and it was great. Shushing the crowd was even better, I guess. No? They were all quiet at the end, so it was great. Yeah.
Nervy. I definitely lost a few years of my life, I feel. A few grey hairs were growing already. You know, the crowd kind of got behind us a bit. A few boys kind of dropped their heads and even left the stadium, left the ground and went and watched another sport. And I told them, you can't leave futsal early. Anything can happen. And then that turnaround in the second half, the boys kind of switched on. And just having, you know, we also had the Bar fans behind us, and we was getting all sorts of grief. So being able to kind of like shut them up, and for me especially, just having that change of tactic and it working on a personal coaching level, I'm really happy with. That's why I coach. That's why I do what I do. And we're in like the South Division of Wales, and then the top 2 go into a playoff with the top 2 from the North Division. Obviously, like I said, now we're in the semi-final of that now. The winners of that play in the final. Then you go off into the Champions League, which is like the preliminary rounds of the Champions League. So last year, I believe it was in Bosnia, and you represent Wales. You are the Wales seed. You go out there and you're playing against professional futsal players who've been playing all their life. So don't get me wrong, it'll be a hell of a challenge, and I can't see us picking up many results. But just for the experience and to kind of have that on all the boys' CVs to say, look, I've played in a UEFA competition, I think it's just like superb. You know, for a bunch of lads who just like having a few drinks on a Wednesday and pick this up on the side, it would be unbelievable to kind of reach that if we could.
We are now joined in the studio by Coach Zach. Very positive result on Sunday. Looking ahead to a couple of weeks' time, you'll be facing reigning champions, Futsal Club Cardiff.
Yeah.
Apologies. How have you guys been preparing?
Yeah, so obviously they're in our South Division as well. So we've played them a couple of times. We've played them for the last few seasons, and you know they are like an incredible side. They've made Champions League a fair few times. They're reigning champions for a reason. But we've kind of said all season that we're kind of writing the script at the minute, and we feel that it's kind of all fallen into place. We were the underdogs against Wrexham in the semi-finals, and we beat them in both legs. So I mean, you know, there's a story there. So hopefully we can try and work something out in terms of our prep. You know, we've kind of taken what we already know, just kind of adapting to that, seeing if we can work out, because they are just a formidable side. So just trying to work them out the best we can and just kind of go from there, really.
Yeah, fantastic. You talked a bit there in the VT about the style that your team plays as well. Yeah. It's been talked a bit about as anti-futsal potentially as well. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so I kind of said, I don't know if it was mentioned there, but we kind of play to our strengths. So, you know, when all the kind of new boys come in, we get a bunch of football players who've probably never touched a futsal ball before in their life. So we kind of have to play into that. So we go back to the basics, what they know. A lot of our boys, we've got a lot of big lads in the team, so we kind of use our strength, kind of use our height to our advantage. We've got goalkeepers with great distribution, so we kind of just use that to our advantage. But we do also have a few very technical players in our squad, so just having both those kind of styles, kind of two aces up our sleeve, really helps. And some people might not like it, but I mean,
if you
winning,
keep winning,
so,
then
yeah, exactly,
yeah,
really
fantastic. And you've also been undefeated in the BUCS season,
yeah.
I believe, as well. So against all the other universities that you've come up against too, that must be a huge amount of confidence for you going into this next fixture.
Yeah, 100%. So obviously that was our first year in BUCS. That was kind of our main goal, to get us back into BUCS after we got withdrawn after COVID. So once we were back in, it was kind of our goal straight away, just to kind of hit the ground running. And I think our experience from the FAW, which is in all due respect a lot higher standard, we just used that to our advantage, and you know we kind of wiped the floor with most of the league, to be fair, which I'm quite happy about.
Yeah. And you explained the Champions League qualification there as well. I mean, what would it mean for a university team to be able to get the chance to compete against some of the biggest futsal clubs in Europe? Yeah,
it would be unbelievable. Respect to Cardiff Uni, they've done it about 3 or 4 years ago, and that was just huge for the university and the boys on a whole. For us, I mean, you know, a lot of these boys only started kicking the ball, like I said, 6 to 8 months ago. So for us, it would be a major deal, and hopefully for the uni as well, getting that exposure to us, and hopefully we can become a uni that people come to for futsal. They see us as a way that they can expand and become competitive, instead of seeing it as kind of more of like a social sport. So for us, yeah, it would be great exposure for both us and the uni. So we're very excited.
Thank you so much for your time, Zach.
Thank you, appreciate it.
We've got our fingers crossed for you in the upcoming weeks.
Thank you.
Now, from one team that has been performing amazingly to another team that has been performing way above par this season is our golf team. They have gone on to win a majority of their games, I think all but one, I want to say off the top of my head, and they've been promoted from their BUCS Western 2B League. Now, our BUCS correspondent, Elliot Phipps, is going to be joining us any second now.
That's right, but first we're going to be able to catch up with some of the players in this short VT.
I tell you what, right, the weather's been absolutely cracking for the last week or so, and we come here now at Cardiff Golf Club, and it's just gone overcast.
It's the first day in like 2 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, literally, we've been on an absolutely generational run, but here we are now on the golf course. But it has been good, the weather. Like, it's meant that me and Billy Appiola here from Cardiff Met Golf have been able to get out on the golf course. Billy here chasing birdies, and
sometimes.
Well, I've been digging potatoes, so there we are. Anyway, we're on the 18th hole here at Cardiff Golf Club. Billy, take it away, mate.
Needs legs. Off mile shot. Oh, maybe not. Oops.
Right then, Billy, it's been a great season at Cardiff Met Golf this season. Yeah. How do you reflect on it?
I mean, we couldn't have asked for a whole lot more. I mean, I won the league unbeaten, and if you'd have said that to me when I started as captain in second year, took it over and we ran through. Last year was mid-table. If you then said to me, start this year, we won the league, I would have been shocked, but also putting your hand off for it.
BUCS Golf, I don't think a lot of people know much about it.
Yeah.
Perhaps doesn't get the coverage as, say, a BUCS Super Rugby.
Yeah, definitely.
Tell us a little bit more about that competition, like its format and how
So it's kind of Ryder Cup style, so it's six individual match play matches, all competing for 1 point per game. Obviously 3.5 points will guarantee you the win. It's then same sort of like, let's say, football format. If you win your game, it's 3 points, draws 1, losses none. So it could have come down to the match difference quite easily as well, which meant we definitely had to go unbeaten, because if we'd have dropped any more points, then we'd have probably not quite held on to it, because we ended up winning by 1 point. So I've got no real complaints because the team below us finished on 6 wins and 1 loss. We were 6 wins and a draw. So,
Can't go wrong then.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's go chase that birdie then.
Right,
Will.
yeah. Not bad. I was a bit worried we're going to have a straight 3-putt on camera there from 8 feet, but I'll take par.
And your journey then from picking up the golf clubs to Cardiff Met. Tell us a little bit about that journey, playing as a junior.
Played as much as I could. Annoyingly, where I did play was like 40 minutes from home, so with our parents divorcing and stuff, it made it quite hard for me to get to the golf club sometimes. So I played as much as I could, but not as much as I probably would have liked to. I won, biggest achievement probably was I won Junior Cup champs when I was 15 or 16. Whichever year, yeah, I was 16 because it was COVID year, and that's about the most I've ever done, with the exception of winning the Bucks League. That was probably the biggest achievement in that period of time. And then just kind of carried on playing forever. Look, I fell out of love with it a couple of times, especially through winters and stuff. But then when you get, and not necessarily like today, but weather like we've had for the last few weeks, you're like, all you want to do is golf. So I love it.
Well, Bill, it was great to catch up with you, and I wish you all the best in the future.
Thank you very much. Appreciate this.
Fantastic. We're joined by Elliot Phipps again, this time in your capacity as golf correspondent. So the men's golf team actually went unbeaten during their Bucks season. What can you tell us about that?
Well, it's been an incredible season for the golf team, considering that they were only reformed 3 years ago as a golf society. And so, incredible achievement. First season, they obviously finished last. But then the second season, last season, it was good because they were able to then just put foundations into place for that second season, ready for this season, where they were able to win the league unbeaten. Now, it was an incredible achievement because they were against Exeter University, who have an elite golf programme there. And when I was speaking to Captain Billy Appiolo off camera, he said himself they had no right to get promoted this season. So, fair play to the society there.
So obviously you said that they disbanded and then they came back together for the 2023 season. What would you say has changed from that first season back to now to getting promoted?
I just think the foundations they put in place last season, I think that was huge because obviously the first season they were newly formed, they were getting to grips with it, but then they were able to put foundations into place and they had a really good, strong team going into this season. Captain Billy Appiolo played junior golf for a while. Sam Peat, even developing local talent as well in Dylan Elston, who's just from down the road in the Bajentpwth Call area. And so it's been an incredible season for them, and they can look up now at bigger and better things.
Amazing. Now you play a bit of golf yourself, Elliot. Any golf courses around here that you fancy?
Well,
up there for you?
Being from the Bridgend area, I am in awe of the Royal Porthcawl. It's but only if you are a very, very good golfer. It's just recently hosted the AIG Women's Open last summer. I really enjoy Machynnes down in the Llanelli area. That's a really nice one on the peninsula. And the Tenby then is really nice as well, but not on a windy day.
Now, I've... Sorry.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you mentioned talking about Royal Porthcawl there as well. I mean, if you get the chance, would you be able to have a go? I mean, what's your handicap these days?
Don't start. Well, actually, I'm doing well. I'm only at 22. I've only been playing for 2 years, but I'm getting down. I'm on form recently. Shot 22 points through 9 in my last round.
Have you got some new irons as well?
Yeah, new Callaway Elites, and they are elite. I'm telling you, they have been absolutely cracking, firing. So. I know, obviously, I know you play golf as well. You work in the golf shop and you play golf. And I'm aware that the Cardiff Met Golf, they don't have a lady society at the moment. I mean, golf has never been bigger amongst Gen Z at the moment, this generation. So is this the perfect time now for Cardiff Met to start a women's society?
I think if there's enough girls there, 100%. I know back at home for me, I work quite closely with our junior section and we're trying to get as many girls involved as possible. So I definitely think if there are the girls out there that are at Cardiff Met and do enjoy a bit of golf, play a bit of golf, I definitely think there is space there to make a women's team, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you very much for coming back as well, Elliot. And yeah, look forward to seeing you hacking your way around Royal Porthcawl soon. For now, we're going to be able to be joined by Ellie Place, who's in town. She's joined by Head of Student Activities, Stacey Ayling.
We are live here at the Mercure Hotel, just a few hours away before this very room will be filmed with Archer's finest sports teams for the biggest night of the year, the Sports Awards. I am now joined by Stacey Ayling, the Head of Student Activities and the organiser of this event. Stace, I'm sure it's been a busy few weeks for you. What goes into the preparation to make a night like this so memorable?
Yes, it's definitely been a busy few weeks. It's my first time doing this event this year. So if honest, it's been probably a learning curve in terms of understanding what actually goes in behind the scenes. A lot of this year has been trying to push the students to nominate and get some recognition for what they've done this year from across the sports, but also just sorting out the finer detail really in terms of making sure that it's not just an event, it's actually one that they're getting recognition for tonight and actually get an opportunity to just sit back and celebrate.
Amazing. And not many people will know you were a student, a coach, and now the organiser itself. Why is this event like this so important for the sporting teams?
I think sometimes sport can be heavily result focused, so I think there's an opportunity tonight to maybe recognise those stuff that goes behind the scenes. There's a lot of teams in this room that will be performance based, but there's a lot of teams as well that are student led, and I think there's an opportunity for them to get recognition in terms of how they've grown their clubs over the years, but also maybe recognise those successes that don't maybe get as spoke about as much. And I think this year there's probably been a lot of things that have happened that people need to be aware of and also shout out about in terms of how successful our SU clubs are.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a busy year, and we've talked about it a little bit in the studio as well with some of the sporting teams, the ones that maybe don't get as recognised as often. But for you, for this evening, what are you most looking forward to?
I think sitting down and just watching is the first thing, but no, secondly, I think I'll enjoy seeing when some of those winners get announced, their reactions, because I know there's a lot of clubs and individuals out there that it's going to mean a lot to this year, and I think it's a justified for them to get the recognition that they deserve. So I'm excited to see that. But I'm also waiting and hopefully excited to see that the celebrations that go on. I know the vibes can get up in here, with some of the singing that goes on. So I think it's a chance for the guys just to kind of relax tonight and enjoy themselves and not worry about anything.
Amazing. Well, thank you, Stacey, for being here and chatting to us before. We'll let you get back and we'll head back to the guys in the studio.
Looks like a very exciting evening ahead of us. Make sure you keep an eye on our socials for all updates on awards, Cardiff Met Sport TV. We also have our very own award this evening, which is decided by you, the viewers, our Met Moments Award. You can vote if you go over to our Instagram, Cardiff Met Sport TV, click on our stories and click on which poll you decide. Now, let's have a quick little look at the nominees.
Nice work. Towards Stevens. Bowen begging for it on the right. Bowen again. Shot from range. Oh my God! Strike! It's the second for Bowen from all of 40 yards.
What a strike there from the captain. 35, 40 yards out. Top right. Nothing the keeper can do.
Really good scrum there. Surely a penalty for Cardiff Met.
And it's a penalty! You can hear a pin drop here at Rugby 1.
And here's Slossalat right down the middle.
Wins it for Cardiff Met with the last kick of the game. Absolutely incredible scenes. Look at what it means. Look at what it means to the Archers.
Lane now with the dummy. That's stunning. That's a fantastic finish from Hannah Lane. Sold the dummy on the outside to Saran Jones. The Edinburgh defender caught it. So some amazing moments from this sporting year here at Cardiff Met. A reminder, you can go and vote for your personal favourite on our Instagram page, Cardiff Met Sport TV. For now, I mean, Abby, what was your personal highlight, would you say?
Now, I'm going to have to sway away from those 4 nominations and go for our hip-hop team and cheer and dance. I mean, to get a world's bid is just immense. And when we got it, we were gobsmacked. What about yours?
Well, and all the best to you, obviously the team in Florida next year as well. I mean, for me personally, I'd probably say Meg Bowen's goal that we just saw now, that was the first game that we filmed this season in the Bucks tournament. It was a 3-3 draw against Bristol. That was the second goal. She scored another one later, which was a bit more boring, I guess you could say, headed from a corner, but that goal was sensational. So, look, fantastic, and congratulations to Meg Bowen as well on the penalty that she took in Cardiff City's win in the Welsh Cup as well.
Now, you have heard our Met moments. Let's hear from you guys.
It's Cardiff Met Sports Awards this evening, so we're going around campus, catching up with our archers and finding out who they think should win the awards. What moment stood out for you this year?
It's got to be Meg Bowen with that, was it halfway line banger? I kind of was like first term, oh my god, unreal.
Probably varsity and seeing all the Met supporters travel to Bath to support all the teams.
Varsity, we dominated all 3 basketball games, so really good.
Probably the futsal game at varsity, they had a really good comeback. It's really good, it's a good atmosphere.
In the athletics, where the girls relay team, 4x1 relay team, won silver.
Who's your team of the year?
Oh, it's a tough one. I think more recently, whilst watching them, especially at varsity futsal, they've been doing wonders in the league, and also with the FAW League as well. I think they're definitely up for contention for Team of the Year.
Women's football, obviously.
I'm biased, so I'm going to say wheelchair basketball.
And who's your player of the year?
It has to be Karis Gittins.
Karis Gittins.
For the women's football team, she's been unreal this year.
Definitely someone from the rugby, just because I think a lot of them are in their last year now. Geoff Cannon is another one that's been just a servant for Met for such a long time. And Gus as well, captain Gus Patterson. I think both of them have been just unreal, just servants to the club and definitely the uni as well.
That's all from our archers today. Get yourself down to the Mercure Hotel for 6:30 p.m. for an unreal night celebrating Cardiff Met sport.
So that was our reporter Eve Pearson there, having some of your Met memories and some fantastic moments from that period. Also a personal thank you to everyone who has responded every time that we've shoved a microphone under their nose throughout the course of this year. It's really helped us as well. So now we're able to see some of this year's top sports stories with some of our other reporters, Ellie Place and Sam Jones.
With the sporting season coming to an end,
here's a quick look at some incredible stories from Cardiff Met this year. Lacrosse ended their season in style with a 21-5 victory over Bristol Threes, securing their title. A great way to end the season for a few of their departing players.
women's football bounced back from relegation to win the Adran South Trophy before sealing promotion in dramatic fashion on penalties against Connors Quay Nomads.
The women's rugby twos also made history, defeating Manchester Met 37-24 to win the national trophy for the very first time.
Men's hockey secured promotion to the BUCS National Premier after beating Newcastle at home, bringing Premier League hockey back to Wales for the 26-27 season. Men's volleyball also had a golden season, winning 3 competitions, finishing top of the men's Western Tier 2B to earn promotion, beating Solent in the final to become Western Cup champions. They also won the Welsh University tournament. Hey Sam, on your head.
Anyway, futsal also had a huge year, winning Bucks Western Tier 2, beating Bath 9-7 at varsity, now heading into the FAW playoffs as underdogs. A remarkable rise for a team that didn't even exist a couple of years ago.
And finally, a special shout out to Hip Hop, who have won every competition they've entered this year and are now heading to the Worlds.
And what a year it has been for our archers.
We will see you next year.
Now, the Commonwealth Games is just 78 days away, and we have plenty of Cardiff Met athletes and alumni who are hoping to make it to Glasgow. We managed to catch up with uni lecturers Susie Drain and James Thee, who spoke all things about Commonwealth Games and their experience.
First time was Melbourne 2006. I expected to be picked. I had the time. I was in great form, so no expectations not being picked. My second games, 2010, was a little bit closer selection. I was 0.03 of a second inside the time, but no absolute guarantee. So I was thinking back to, I know the exact place my phone rang. I was at Neath Track, helping to deliver a meet, and I got that final call. And I just remember feeling huge sense of relief, and because it was an October Games and getting told in the summer, it was like, right, I've got a little bit of time for prep now. But yeah, a special feeling.
Champion at 8 and 15. And there's James Thee. He's due to become a dad soon. Best of luck with all of that. And best of luck here today.
Oh, so recalling my first time that I was named as part of the Team Wales netball team way back in 2006, we found out through letters actually back there, maybe that reflects my age, but every one of the squad, the 20, all of us had a letter to go and open, and it would say whether you were successful or not successful, and then we had half an hour, go and open it wherever you want it when we were at Sport Wales. I actually remember vividly walking out of the front doors of Sport Wales and crying. And my mum and dad were there because I was still very young, so they'd come down. And my mum was, don't worry, not this time. But I hadn't even opened the letter, and I was bawling my eyes out. So but I was very fortunate to be selected, and I was just over the moon.
It's very special running for Wales. You don't get that many opportunities to pull the red vest on. It's only every 4 years that you're part of a very small, select team of Welsh athletes that get the opportunity to do that. And also, being a multi-sports event as well, that's something really fun. But yeah, when you finally do pull that red vest on, you do feel about a foot taller, and it's a very special memory to have.
Being able to be one of the very few athletes that will ever be privileged enough to be able to do that is special and unique, and yeah, it's hard to put into words, but really, really fun as well.
So amazing to hear from some of these really talented athletes at one of the few occasions where you can actually represent Team Wales rather than Team GB as well. So we're now joined by Srujana Deshmukh. Again, fantastic to have you here as well. Who are some of the athletes that we should be looking out from Cardiff Met maybe at this Games?
Well, there are loads of athletes, but I'll talk about some interesting stories that we have got. So first I'll talk about Hannah Breyer. So she made her debut back in 2014 Glasgow Commonwealth Games, and now nearly over a decade she's going to return back to Glasgow 2026 Commonwealth Games. So of course, that time she was just 16, so now much improved, and she'll be looking to compete and get a medal for her nation. So she's a 200 and 400 meter athlete. Moving to para-athletes, we have Aled Davis, who is again another archer. He has represented, and he has already gotten a gold medal at Commonwealth, and he has also he's a Paralympian, so he has made mark, and he will be looking forward to repeating and getting another medal. And next we have Will Bishop. He is young. He is a university student right now. He is and he's like a multi-event para-athlete. He does long jump and shot put as well. So right now the Bucks Outdoor Championship, he won gold in ambulant long jump and silver in shot put. So one thing that sets him apart is he's super versatile. Along with long jump and shot put, he's also representing Great Britain at wheelchair basketball. So Will Bishop. Then we have big names like Jeremiah Azu. He's of course Welsh sprinter. He has the world 60-meter indoor championship record to his name. In 2022 Birmingham Games, he could not secure a medal, so he will be looking forward to change those things. And lastly, we have Rosie Eccles, Welsh boxer. She has won. Won in Birmingham 2022, so she will be defending her gold medal, and also she will be retiring after this, so this will be her last international fight, so it's a bit of emotional moment for Rosie. But also a shout out to Met Sport, because all of this information is available at their website, and there are so many more stories. So if you guys are interested, you can go browse their website, and there's much more to look out for. So those are the athletes.
Amazing. Looking ahead, 2030 is in your home nation of India. How does it benefit, I guess, India as a nation, the Commonwealth Games being there?
Of course. So this 2030 Commonwealth Games are going to happen in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. So Gujarat is in the western part of India, and this is the second time that we will be hosting. We hosted 2010 Delhi Commonwealth Games as well. Well, Ahmedabad is a very sporting city, and we have the world's largest cricket stadium as well, and there are talks about including cricket at Commonwealth, so that's going to be happening. And also there are going to be 15 to 17 events, because in Glasgow 2026, because of the because the 2026 Commonwealth Games were going to happen at Australia, but due to some financial issues they got shifted to Glasgow, so only 10 games are happening this games. So in India there will be mostly 15 to 17, so increase in the number. And of course, because Commonwealth is international event happening, it will enhance the infrastructure, and also India will be on the verge of becoming a sporting nation as well. Amazing. So also a fun fact, we are celebrating the centenary celebration, so it's going to be 100 years. So yeah, we'll be celebrating.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Sujana. Now, looking ahead to our Taekwondo team, they have had an impressive season, obtaining 1 gold, 2 silvers and 5 bronze medals at the British University Taekwondo League World Championships. We were fortunate enough to catch up with the gold medalist, Will Brainer, and we found out more about the club and the successes.
So my name is Will Brainer. I do Taekwondo, also football at Cardiff Met Sports. I'm studying sports science at Cardiff Met. I did a foundation year last year, so everything's still a bit new. But I'm looking forward to going to next year now. I'm usually a footballer, so I did take football at first at Cardiff Met, but I thought I'd switch it up a little bit. So WT is generally like Olympic Taekwondo, where you only kick to the body or can punch to the body, and that's how you score points. And ITF is where you can punch them to the face and kick them to the face and body. There was two let's say categories in the Taekwondo. So it was WT and there was ITF. In the WT, I came second, only due to an injury. I would have beat him otherwise. ITF, I came first, gold. That's what you aim for, really, and I loved it. I loved every single moment. I got to the final in the WT fight, and as I went to kick, my foot landed wrong, and I dislocated slightly my small toe, which I didn't feel at the time. It was just felt numb. But then, as it got on, obviously it comes out because adrenaline drop, and yeah.
So you felt it after?
Oh, definitely, most definitely. But the ITF fight was literally the next day, so I thought it went back into place. So I thought strap it up and just get on with it, and yeah, 1 gold.
You got this. Come on, you got this.
Yeah, it's a huge privilege to do Taekwondo at Cardiff Met because it's a very niche sport within the Cardiff Met system. So to then get some publicity, get gold, and get our name there within like the whole sporting category of Cardiff Met is quite cool because it gets us more known, and it gets hopefully when the freshers come in, they see Taekwondo and they see maybe the advertisements for it and maybe try a new sport and we get more and more fighters in. And yeah, we really want to raise the sport in Cardiff Met and make it one of the main sports.
Very successful season there for the Taekwondo team. Now, from one upcoming athlete to another, we are joined by Jago James, Cardiff Met Aussie Rules captain. Thanks for joining us. Tell us a bit about Aussie Rules. What is the format?
Where to start? It's a combination of a lot of sports, really. The best way is it's kind of another version of Gaelic football. If you haven't heard of Gaelic football, then combine rugby, football, basketball, and chuck it on a big oval pitch and chuck 18 or 9 players on each team and go from there.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of sold me on it as being kicking a rugby ball around a lot, and then I didn't realise there'd be a lot of really big people who want to come and hit me a lot. So, I know what you mean in that sense as well. But in terms of the men's and the women's teams this season, both lifted the university championships as well. What can you tell us about that?
So the women's team only started in my first year, so this is their 3rd season now, and from finishing 3rd in my first year, last in the last year, and then to go, and I'd say they dominated the season this year, but it was unreal to watch, and then for the lads to go back to back again this year and to go unbeaten in the league, kind of what a season. I don't really think any of the other teams had many answers for us.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And there was also the Fitzpatrick Cup as well in Belfast, which was this occasion where a lot of UK and Irish universities came together to play each other, and I mean, couldn't get through to the final, unfortunately, but also some improvements there on previous seasons.
Definitely, that's kind of like the pinnacle tournament for us. That's the top sort of European universities. I mean, it mainly consists of British and Irish universities, but it's definitely the pinnacle of sort of university level sport, and to go and, I'd say, put over a strong showing for both the men and the women, because this is only the 2nd year the women have competed, and they nearly made it to the final. They were, I think it went to extra time, but they even put a strong showing in the 3rd, 4th playoff. And the lads, I mean, we went over with strong ambitions, to say the least. But I think after a few days, we were happy with our performance in the end to finish 3rd. That's the highest we've ever done. It was, really good.
Yeah, amazing, and congratulations to both teams on that. And for yourself as well, I mean, what are your personal ambitions within the game?
Well, sort of see where I can take it, really. Like, you can never sort of understand the level until you go and play the sport where it's actually from, where people have played since they were 4 years old. So go up to Australia early next year, start in the low levels and enjoy it and see where I go, really.
Yeah, amazing. And there's obviously a pathway that's emerging as well into international sides, as well as, I know you play for North London Lions too. There's the Cardiff Panthers as well. I mean, for both the men's and the women's, I mean, what kind of pathways are you seeing for Aussie Rules players coming from that?
At the minute, I'd say Cardiff Met, especially in Britain, is the sort of the leading sort of pathway for players to go on to the next stage. Especially on the men's side, it's now sort of coming into the women as well. But we are the team now that are feeding players onto the Cardiff Panthers, like you said, and then they go on to Wales, they go on to GB. Like, I think we have nearly 5 or 6 of us this year in the Wales squad from the men, and hopefully at least 2, 3 women in the either England, Wales, or Irish teams. So it's really the pathway at the minute within the UK to go on to the next stage.
Yeah, fantastic. And you mentioned the women's players going on to international sides as well. We're able to catch up actually with a couple of the leading players on the Cardiff Met women's Aussie Rules team as well to give us a bit more information.
Without AFL, I think I probably would have dropped out of uni. Like, I've found my friends, and like currently there is no women's Wales team. I want to try and get as many girls as possible to try and make a team for Wales, and that's kind of what I want to do to try and get the sport out there a bit more, especially for the women. Hi, I'm Lily Parry, I'm 21 and I'm from North Wales.
Hey, I'm Sophie Parkhouse, I'm 21 and I'm from Hertfordshire.
The ultimate goal is to kick the ball through the middle 2 posts, that's 6 points, then the outer 2 are 1 point. You're not allowed to run more than 15 steps without either passing the ball on or bouncing it or kicking it away.
Tackling is pretty similar to rugby, full contact.
I discovered it through social media. I said to my flatmate, I was like, should we just try something out? We didn't join the sport first year. We tried it out, enjoyed it, and yeah, carried on with it.
Yeah, it's pretty similar for me as well. I saw it on social media, went to give it a go, really enjoyed it, and then went back. I think we've all grown like massively since we first played. I mean, no one really knew the rules when we first started. There's England trials coming up next month, which a few of us are going to.
We've got to know a lot more of the community because AFL is quite a small sport in the UK especially.
We all make the effort to go, travel the distance, play the games, work hard, come from a team that was last year losing pretty much every game, kept holding our heads high.
Yeah, I think it helps as well that we're all actually genuinely friends. Like, we do stuff outside of training, like socials together. We are all genuinely friends. And a big difference as well from last year, we've got a lot more girls this year, which have been a lot easier on us girls that were there last year. We've got a good relationship with the men's team. We, even outside of, like I said, with the girls team, we all do things outside of the socials, outside of training. We do the same with the boys. Like
the club president currently, Dan, he has just a motto of one club. Whenever the men's team are playing, the girls will support and vice versa. Even if like they need to be warming up, they'll warm up next to the pitch and watch and cheer for each other.
A lot of people, when I first started, they were like, oh, what's AFL, what is it? Like, it's not broadcasted really. Obviously, knowing it is based in Australia, I don't think it is going to get as big as, you know, like your football, your rugby. But I think it has got places to go, and I think once more people understand or like play and get to know the rules and get into the community, I think it's kind of one that you want to stick to.
So I think it's easy to be put off by the contact sport. Everyone starts at the same level, so yeah, you can just learn along the way.
Even if you don't want to play, you're welcome to be. We've got a few people that don't really want to play, but they still love the club, so they come and join and come to trainings and just watch on the sidelines on game day, so yeah.
And unfortunately, that is all we've got time for today. Remember to vote for your favourite Met moment over on the Instagram, Cardiff Met Sport TV.
Brilliant. I'm Tom Flint. I've been joined by Abby Peters. If you're fortunate enough to have a ticket to be at the SU Sports Awards later at the Mercure Hotel, I think it's 7:15 it kicks off, and then 6:30 is the call time for sitting down as well. If you're there, you'll be familiar with this song. But for now, thank you very much for joining us on Up the Archer, and goodbye.
to go?
Yeah. Hello, I'm Joe Towns and I'm the Programme Director of the Sport Broadcast Master's degree. The Sport Broadcast MSc is all about live production skills, sports broadcast journalism and content creation, whether that's for social media, for podcasts, long-form documentaries or short-form TikTok. On the Sport Broadcast Master's degree, we try and cover every possible role that you could find in the contemporary sports media industry. We want our students to be prepared for all of them, whether that's behind the camera, directing, producing, editing, operating replays, directing a live stream, or if it's on screen, reporting, presenting, commentating. We've designed this course as the perfect stepping stone into the sport broadcast media industry. In terms of broadcast facilities, we have a fully equipped Adobe Lab, which is our newsroom, a TV news gallery, a radio room, brand new podcast studio, and out on the sports fields we have gantries and galleries so that we can live stream football and rugby every week. This course is a practical course, it's hands-on, it's vocational. We really pride ourselves that we're trying to create students that are multi-skilled and ready to take their career in any direction when they leave us. The big advantage of running this course on this campus here at Cardiff Met is that there is elite sport every week, whether that's Wednesday as part of the Bucks competition or so many of our teams play in National League sporting competitions on the weekend. On a Wednesday afternoon, our students could be directing a live stream of Bucks Super Rugby. They might be filming highlights for a live football match, presenting a radio show, making a podcast, or doing a live TV Up the Archer sports preview show. As well as weekly Bucks fixtures, we also cover some really big events on campus, whether that's our varsity day against Bath University.
It's Cardiff Clash. Cardiff Met versus Cardiff University.
Clash on the Court, a triple header in the Archers Arena where we show netball, women's basketball, men's basketball, or the Cardiff Met Sports Awards, a massive event in a hotel in the city where we do all of the VTs and production for what is a brilliant way to round off the year. Across the city and across Wales, we have some very well established relationships with the industry, so our students have opportunities the whole year long to go out on placements. If you're a Welsh speaker, then we allow all students to submit any of their coursework in the medium of Welsh. We also have some fantastic opportunities in the Welsh sports broadcast industry. The sport broadcast industry is a fast-changing, ever-evolving space. We're really proud that so many of our graduates go on to work in the industry. There's all sorts of possible opportunities for the students to explore once they finish the Sport Broadcast Master's degree.